Hi y'all, it's Charlene from the Crafty Art Shack, and we're back here today with another challenge video. So let's get to the craft desk and get started, and I'll tell you more about it in just a few minutes. Alright, here we go with DIY number 1. Now for this first DIY, I took this little coffee break stand picture. I don't know, it's a shelf sitter. And I took it apart, and that little Craftsman set, if you're wondering where I got it from Lowe's. Works really good for a lot of projects that I do. But anyway, I'm going to take this apart, and then we're going to make us a pattern from it. I wanted to make a paper pattern because I thought I might use this. Now I did get that at the thrift store, so I don't know where y'all can find that at. Now what I'm going to do is, after I took my made my paper pattern, I went and got me some of those blinds that I use in my videos, and I'm going to tape the 3 different colors together because I thought this would be a cute cup to make that was different. So after I traced out the pattern with a pencil on my blinds, I'm going to just cut this into all the little pieces. I started to cut it in one piece, and then I decided, no, this is going to cut better if I do it separately. So then I go back and I cut out each piece separately. It cuts out with a box cutter really easy. So you just have to make sure you hold it so you don't catch your fingers. After I get it all cut out, I take one of those little files from the Dollar Tree that's for your nails, and I just clean up all the edges. This stuff sands really easy. So I'm going to get this sanded, and then I'm going to cut some little pieces for the back. But yeah, you see, I'll change my mind in just a minute on what I decide to do for this. But this is one way you could secure it, is you could cut you some little pieces for the back and put them on there. Now what I did is I took some of that cork that comes from the Dollar Tree. It already has adhesives on the back, and this adhesive works really good. It does not come off. You don't need any other glue for it. And so that's what I decided to do for the back of my little coffee cup. Then after I finished making sure everything fit like it should, I took the paper off of the back of the cork, and I'm going to stick it to my little coffee cup. Now my little coffee cup's held together by these little pieces of tape, and I don't want to change how that is, so I take part of the tape up and I put this on, and watch what happens. I get that stuck in there, and then I have to pull it off. When I say this adhesive on this cork really works, it does. I almost made a mess. And so after that, we get that done, then we're going to start the next little piece. So for our next little piece, I'm going to add some of these little snowflakes to the front of this, just using hot glue. Now the hot glue does hold really well on these blinds when you're gluing wood to the fake wood. Then the next thing I did is I took a little piece of one of those blinds, and I'm going to draw out on the blinds, and I'm darkening in that line so you can see that it's really there. And then I'm going to trim it up, and this is going to be that little thing that you slide over the coffee cup to keep your hands from getting burnt. Then the next thing I did is I took the little sign, and you can write on these blinds and erase on them really well. So what I'm doing is writing in pencil, 'tis the season to be freezing, and I am just going to write this out on here in pencil, and then I'm going to trace over it with a black Sharpie marker. And the next thing I did is I took a clothespin, and I'm going to glue it to the back of this down at the bottom so that it will freestand by itself, and or you can clip it to something. You could even put a refrigerator magnet on the back of this and use it as a magnet on your fridge. And then I'm going to add a little bow to this, and we'll see this at the final reveal. Now this video is an open challenge. It is the Winter Wonderland open playlist, and it's hosted by Shawnee at Glitz and Stitches Home DIY and Tami at Happiness Created. Y'all go check out their channels and check out the ladies in the playlist below because they are doing some awesome crafts and you don't want to miss them. So let's get on with the rest of the video. Now here we go with DIY number 2. Now I found these little banners at the thrift store for, I believe it said $1.99 or 99 cents. Anyway, I'm going to save that piece of cardboard because it's a nice piece of cardboard. Could be used for something else. And I'm going to take these little snowflakes and I'm going to leave them plain just like they are. Now one of them still had the little hole in it, so I was trying to get it out. You know, if y'all get these, be careful, don't hurt yourself and trying to take that out. But I'm going to glue each one of these to these little white banners, and this one's real simple. And then we're going to string it up on with some jute twine. I wanted it to have that rustic feel, and so that's what I did. And I set both of mine side by side so I could make sure I got all the little snowflakes facing the same direction and the same place. And here we go, stringing this up, and I'll show you this at the final reveal. Now at this time we'd like to thank our subscribers. We love you bunches and we really appreciate you subscribing. And now here we go with DIY number 3. Now for this DIY I took some more of that cork board and I wanted to make this more of a rustic feel sign and still where you can change it out for each season since it is a calendar thingy, whatever you call them. And so I trimmed out some of that cork board and I'm going to place that on the front of that. Now before I place it on there, I'm going to find me something to create the center hole because I want the words to still show. Boy, I'm getting tongue-tied today. Now I found that this little spool of ribbon fits perfectly over that little sign. So I'm going to create the hole in this because I want those words to show. And so what I'm going to do is trace that on my cork and I'm going to cut it out. Now here's a quick tip for making sure that you're making it easy so you can cut out the center of this and still be able to use that cork for something else that you're cutting out. Because you know how you always have to cut an X or something like that to be able to cut the circle out of something. I'm going to take my littlest hole puncher and I'm going to, I started to do that, so I'm going to punch a little hole in here with my tiniest hole puncher that I have, and then I'm going to stick my scissors in there and I'm going to trim it. Now I'm not going to cut off that extra piece that's there because when you lay it back down it looks like a full circle with a little hole cut out, and you can save that for another craft later on down the line. Now here it is with the stuck down to the little sign. Now if you have any little edges that are over, you can take your scissors and trim it up, or you can take this little file and file it because it does file. Now it will, once you file it, it's going to stick to that little piece that you cut out, and that's because of that glue. It's really good glue. Now the next thing that I wanted to show you is the little snowflake. Now I'm going to take another one of those little snowflakes that we used on the first project, and I'm going to attach that to this with a little push pin. Now see these little flowers? In the springtime you can add them. Now you could put that little clip on there that I'm looking at now, but then I decided not to do that. I thought it didn't look, it looked junky to me, so I went in there and put a push pin in. Now the next thing I did is I got some of this tough rope from Walmart, and I am going to glue that down to the edges of this all the way around the sides and up through the top so it has a more rustic feel. Then I took some of that smaller jute rope from the Dollar Tree and I glued it around there, and then I'm going to take my little snowflake and pin it to this and add a little bow to my push pin, and we'll see this at the final reveal. Now again, today's challenge is a Winter Wonderland open playlist, and it's hosted by Glitz and Stitches Home DIY with Shawnee and Tami over at Happiness Created. If you haven't checked out these ladies' channels, go check them out. Check out the ladies in the description box on the playlist below, because there's a lot of talented crafters out there and you don't want to miss it. Now, I know y'all see my little Valentine truck keep popping along through this video. That's because I have been doing a buku of Valentine challenges, and then this winter one came up in the middle of it, and I forgot I had it today, but I put a video together anyway, because I believe in once you're committed to something, you should go ahead with it and keep your promise if all possible. Now I do understand there's things that come up in people's lives, but there was no reason why I shouldn't have this video out today. So, you guys, here we go with the final reveal. Alright, y'all, we're back from the craft desk. And if you're wondering why I'm laughing, watch my reels. Anyway, these are so cute. And I had so much fun making them. You guys, if you like our content, subscribe and share our videos and give us that big thumbs up, because it helps our channel and it helps us to bring more content to you. And you guys, if you like it, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Crafty Art Shack. We'll see you later. Bye.
From the craft desk, and I'm telling you, it's a season to be freezing for some of you. Yeah, because y'all been sending pictures and showing me. Darn alarm. Alright, y'all, we're back from the craft desk, and didn't these turn out just cute? Now, if you like our content on these I correct myself. You know, it is what it is. I wish I was in the snow with y'all, but I'm not, so yeah. I forgot what I was going to say. I tell you what, it couldn't be more of a perfect time for y'all to be doing this Winter Wonderland craft challenge for some of y'all, because y'all are in the freeze zones and y'all have been and you guys, if you like it, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Crafty Art Shack. We'll see you later. Bye.